final set is kind of interesting. It seems very simple. It's just like the first set with a couple extra moves in it. But it emphasizes flow. There's a deep Putui stance, and also it has the drop punch and the rising punch. So it's once again a return to kind of fluid, comprehensive movement, and it's the 12th set, the last one of the 12-road Tan Tui.
Well, you've done it. We're up to the 12th set, unless, of course, you start with the 12th set or some earlier set. So that's the progression. And the last one is interesting because it's almost soft. Almost has a little Tai Chi in there, as one might expect. Some people call it the water carrier. Right? Again, its emphasis on the yoke is even more noticeable because you're going to hold it as you drop. It does introduce the smother punch and the rising punch. But other than that, once again, based on number 1. Very easy to learn. Coordinate, not so easy. You'll see. So, once again, we're going to base everything on number 1. Yoke punch. Fold the elbow. Back fist. Yoke punch. Hook. Kick. And now you do something a little unusual. Roll the hand out clockwise. When it reaches about 12 o'clock, you drop. As you drop, your other hand goes up the same amount. From there, punch straight up. Top of the fist. Retreat. Back knuckle punch. Hook. Kick. And this curving action, clockwise, drop straight down and then hit. And from there, salute. Let me explain why 12 is so important and so darn difficult. I remember being tested for it. When I was doing it now, none of the other Tan Tuis brought that back. This one brought it back. It's almost impossible to do correctly. I'll show you why. The Southern Tan Tui is based on inch energy. In other words, you do things like this, and you get your whole body behind that. But since this is what we call short jing, because you bend arm, extend, 1-inch punch, quite possible. In this case, you're completely extended. So this is long jing, changing, right? And what you do is you have to pull it from inside your horse and not use your arms to do it. So that's what your emphasis is. Now give it a try, see what you can come up with. Whatever you do, it won't hurt to try it. It will increase your range. Let's try it again, a little slower. That completes the 12-road Tan Tui.
When I learned this, I was tested for black belt. I remember doing this move because it's so hard. It looks like nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you're supposed to focus it. In other words, long arm, no bending. So this is the short arm Tan Tui. But you notice it has a long motion in it. Because each of the styles always has the opposite. There are long moves in Wing Chun. No style is complete without long and short, any more than it would be without yin and yang. But these are what we call dropping and rising punches. So it's highly stylized at first because by keeping this extended, you have to learn how to use this because you're not doing what you always do. So the very last of the Tan Tui 12 roads uses the most Sun Jing, which is the whole point. Some people think the Sun Jing, inch energy, is the whole point of Tan Tui, especially this series of 12. For instance, I was taught for black belt to do something like this. You only allowed that much to focus in. And so that's one reason we use the 12 rope Tan Tui sometimes. You throw a left, it's going to be a drop punch. I'm sure you're familiar with that. It's going to be a drop and up. This drop punch, first one I'm going to do is going to penetrate because it's a drop punch. So from here you throw this way and then up. Okay? But it's got body stuff with it. So here. So what we really have here is a kick, right? This one. So when I get there, sometimes it's good. When I go in front of fence, here's the kick. See here, when you hit me here, you have to go to it. You have to go to it, and then drop it. If you chicken out, you gotta hit it. If you go here and it goes here, you're gonna go at it. Let it slide through, and here's you hit off the other side. Right? You can also check them and then cross them and then go. But the classic is that you're gone when you hit. Right? In fact, you want to come that way. Right? Kind of weird feeling.
It is a very weird feeling. Yeah. It's kind of like the ocean feeling.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Because you're.
It's like, and you know that the person's still coming. It's a real
Exactly. Right, yeah.
in my head. Yeah.
Or like crane style. That's it. We'll put it down.
That's the Tan Tui. I hope you've enjoyed it. You're right. Enjoyed practicing it. It is all Tan Tuis are great, right? They're all good. Some people even do Tan Tuis for weapons. In other words, they will have a 10 different weapon actions. It's a very good way to organize basics. One note, important note, technically, decision's up to you. At first, whenever I teach, I try and teach people as easy as possible, get the concepts correctly. Everyone's afraid of going home and practicing wrong. That's silly. You're only going to practice wrong. That's how you get good. Practice wrong. And less wrong, and less wrong, and less wrong. Okay? So this isn't wrong versus right. This is another way of doing things. Whenever we hook, it is optional, though, whether or not you retract the hook arm. So many people go like that. And they keep the hook arm there and shoot right from there. Both ways have advantages. Most people are used to pulling when they kick for balance. So that's what I chose to teach you that way. But in every case, and you'll notice a couple of them I left the hook arm out. So I kind of faded you into it. But it's up to you. You can start from number one, and when you hook, now you have to decide, am I going to hook on the inside of my punch, or kick on the inside of my punch, or kick on the outside? The idea is to kick on the outside, and then punch. This can have many meanings, but actually, it's more in keeping with the idea of sunjing, in other words, inch energy. So, just to show you about the short Tan Tuis, everyone's seen the long arm Tan Tui, but it's not uncommon in the short Tan Tui to never kick above the knee. So what you do is you focus. So remember, it's Tan Tui. It means spring. It doesn't mean you go like this, boom, this way, but rather with it, you go right from where you are. Even if you're using a snap kick, right from where you are hit. Okay? So you will also see people try to get inch kicking, and that looks like that. So they're going stomp, kick. Hear it? So inch kicking, like you're checking and kicking. All correct. All interpretations of Tan Tui. But I would suggest start with this one, hip high, pulling back, and then slowly maybe go to hip high. And then believe it or not, it's actually a little harder for people to focus down there because it's not in their eyesight. It's an odd body angle. And it is a skill that people often think of as minor. Like, well, if I can kick him in the head, I can kick him in the shin. Try it sometime. It's not that easy. So that's a skill you want to practice with Tan Tui. Thank you.